Okay. So, how are you doing, man? And thank you so much for coming on the call. And it's wonderful to have you here.
Great. Yeah.
I
Thanks. It's good to chat and meet at the Innovation Factory Big Diff there. And yeah, tell me about the business and what we got going on.
Yeah. Okay. So what we have built is a conversational generative AI. If you give it a premise and input, it will run around the objective of the context. It has capability to do one-to-one, one-to-many, and many-to-many conversations at one single given point of contact. Uh, Basically, it has a capability also to do feedback and qualitative analysis. On the broader scale, if you see, this is what it is all about. Basically, setting the context and setting the premise for the objective that you want to achieve. The tool is capable of doing multiple conversation at one single point of time, and with an assessment and feedback mechanism built into it. There could be several use cases. I'm just going to jump into the bunch of use cases that we have. It could be a job seeker, it could be a recruiter, academic researcher, marketeer, or an outreach program. Those who have a purpose to speak to the outside world, right? To constantly communicate. Somebody like you who is evaluating pitch documents and trying to take interviews of people, the tool can behave as a screener, somebody who can do the first level of assessment and judge based on the skills, based on cultural fitment, based on objective set for a scenario. This is what the tool can do and give you a quantitative and qualitative analysis. So this is the tech capability of the tool. These are some use cases, but today I'm going to show you a use case of a recruiter and a job seeker. That's the most simplest use case for to understand. Vaato is the name of the tool. Vaato means conversation in Indian language. So if you're a job seeker, you can, if you're looking for a job from LinkedIn, you can simply just copy paste the link here and it will start an interview. But today I will try and see if I am a job seeker from a standpoint of a practice interview. So I'm going to upload my resume. Uh, so I've had some experience working for Intel in South Asia. So I'm going to put up my resume. And then I found this job on the internet, which is largely a business development manager in US. So I'm going to upload that file. And then I'm going to show you, if I have custom questions here, I can ask custom question, what is your expected salary? What is your current role? All that's, you can put some custom questions to it. Otherwise, the tool will generate those custom questions. Okay, the voice, it can be customized to the user preference. You can choose different voice, male, female, English, non-English, all that stuff. But before that I get started, I'm going to show you what is the job description of the person I'm interviewing.
So, if I may, you've uploaded your resume and you've uploaded a PDF of the job description that you found.
Correct. Yes, that's that. Yeah, that's what I. Yeah, so that's exactly that I've done. Uh, yeah. So this is the role of. So this is the business development role. Intel is looking for a data center sales guy who has a background in AI and stuff around with that. And this is the requirement of the candidate. It has to have understanding of market intelligence in the US and should have pipeline understanding. Exactly what a business development manager should have, more or less, right? So just going, and this is some qualification criteria, and this is the requirement for education. Uh, and it is around $250,000 as the package for the role, right? So I'm not going to go into it, but you'll get a gist of it once I start the interview. So I uploaded that. Since my resume since I had worked for Intel, so there is some similarity, not similar, but some similarity. So I will start. I do not qualify for this job role, but it gives a good premise of understanding it.
Hi there, this is Sam, your AI interviewer for today. Hope you are doing well. Shall we get started?
DJ, can you hear us?
Yep.
Derek, can you? Yep. Okay, fantastic.
Yep.
Sam is a female.
Yeah, let's get started.
Great. To begin, can you provide specific examples of your experience in business development and managing joint go to market partnerships as mentioned in the job description?
Thank you for this opportunity to talk to you today. I have a large amount of experience in business development and go-to-market strategy, building strategies for go-to-market. Uh, I have done a similar role in India, which precise was requirement for the current job description, where I used to influence the government for higher investment in ASPs through Intel products and services and enterprise through large enterprise sales in data center. I have been able to build solutions for a lot of data centers for large organizations in India, including Reliance, Adani, L&T. That is what is my core capability. I also influence government in terms of investing in Intel technology in data centers and AI in India. So there's a feedback to this thing. I was not accurate. This is the not the best
That
guy to
sounds
land.
like a very impressive background in business development and managing partnerships. How have you demonstrated your ability to drive revenue growth and manage sales processes in previous roles?
So the question that she just asked now, is that based off of your answer, or is that based off of information in the description?
Yeah, so it can act dynamically and and static both. Currently, it's asking me question based on my resume and my job description. Okay, so it's a mix of my answers that I will give, and based on that, it will generate new questions to me as a normal human being will do if you are taking an interview of somebody. Okay, but if you want to set fixed parameters, if you want to ask some fixed questions to the tool, you can just ask the tool to ask fixed questions, and it will take my interview on that fixed questions only. So there are two ways of it.
Yeah.
One is the dynamic way of taking the interview, which is uh, which is based on resume feedback, which I'm in real time I'm giving, and on the job description. And there is one approach which is the static way, which will only take interviews only based on the questions that a recruiter or the hiring manager fills into it.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So this is so I can keep going on. It will keep asking me questions till it rates me as satisfied or not satisfied. So should I qualify for the job or not? So I'm going to end this interview just to show you what does it do in the interest of time. Okay. So basically, when I end the interview, it will create a report towards the end of it about my assessment for the interview. Of course, there's a lot of improvement there because I really had this was a short interview and I really don't qualify for this amazing job. So it has provided me some statistical improvement on stuff. So and of course there are some positives about my go-to-market and my similar role in my previous job role. So this is how the tool will rate me if I'm somebody who is practicing for a job interview. In the same situation, if I am a recruiter or an HR manager who's looking for a candidate, at that time the tool will act different, and it will. This is how it will do it. So I'm going to create a campaign, assuming that I am an HR manager, and I'll give let's say test one date 15. I'll give some context to it. Uh, I'm giving this context. I'm looking for a business development manager for my Vaato, and this is the job description in it. And these are some key questions that I want it to ask. So if I want to make it, so I'll go ahead and paste it. This is like the normal job description that anybody would develop. If I have some fixed questions here, I will put the fixed questions here. Okay, then I will quickly give this. I set some questions. The first question is what is the marketing role and stuff around it, outreach strategy, stuff around it. And if I want to collect resume, I can say collect resume, but I don't want to collect resume. So I'm going to just give start to it, and it say yes. And creates instantly it creates a interview link, which I can invite people from here, or I can copy the link and send it to it. So now if once Dhananjay will finish the interview, uh, it will rate Dhananjay into box and the candidate into. This is what it will show in my screen. Once Dhananjay finishes the interview, it will give me an analysis about how did Dhananjay do, what is his assessment, where does he is there in the following criteria that I have set for the interview, and if Dhananjay is in the yellow or is in the red or in the green category. So if Dhananjay scores above 80%, he will be in the green category. People less than 80% would be in the yellow category, and people less than 50% will be in the red category.
I have a question.
Yep.
So I just want to. Do you see that? Is this? And I apologize. Is the tool right now? Is it being used as something to practice with, or is this showing me? I'm actually interviewing for this position.
No, you are actually interviewing for this position.
Okay, so I'm ABC company. I'm searching for a job in XYZ or position, and I'm using your tool as my interview. I guess it'd be like more maybe your upfront interview to see if they pass a certain level, and now I'll bring them in, sort of thing, right? Like this is that am I right in what am I correct in the
Yeah.
use case, if you will?
Yes. So what we are trying to do is so in the recruitment process, for anything, the screening is the biggest part of it,
Yeah.
right? The filtering. So what we are doing is we are actually trying to getting the best filter out of it. So if you are
Positioning it for the HR department to get the best candidates and not waste your time with the riffraff.
Correct. So if you are looking for a business development manager in your team, uh, and there are hundreds of people going to apply if you put it on the LinkedIn, and thousands of people going to apply if you put it on the Indeed, how would you scan the best of the resume? So currently, what a staffing guy would do, he would do head hunting, look at the resume. It's very painful, long drawn process. What we are doing is we are shortening the process and just eliminating the clutter and getting you only the best candidates to come forward who are screened as per your criteria. So when Derek meets them, he only meets the 10 to 15 best candidates the tool has scrutinized, and it will be difficult to choose the best out of the best. So that's what is the challenge for Derek, and not rather wasting his time meeting hundreds of people who are not relevant and choosing one because hey, I have to get fill up this position because it's like so the budgets are in there and I have to get this, but this is not the right guy, but this is what the guy you have. So instead of looking at the problem that way, Derek has a better problem to deal with. Say, hey, all the five are good, and let's see who fits in the budget. That's the only problem that Eric has to face. So this is what is our aim, and this is what we are looking at in terms of solving the problem. So
yeah. Have you thought about education at all? I'm wondering if there might be a use for this in that space.
Derek, you are bang on. I think that's a perfect use case. I'm going to demonstrate that use case to you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to upload you. I'm going to show you how does the tool function. So, okay, and so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to upload a chapter of digestive system, standard 5. Okay, this is the chapter, and I'm going to put some questions here also for that digestive system chapter. These are some 5 questions that as a teacher I had identified for, and which I'm going to put it here. And I'll just show you the chapter in detail also, just to give you a glance for it. And this, how does it actually in real time answers this question in totality. So this is the whole digest system chapter. It talks about the digest system from a standard 5 level. Okay, it has this is my son's chapter of digest system. Okay,
Yeah.
it has, yeah. So I'm just quickly going to show it to you in the interest of time. So I just uploaded the chapter. Since I had some fixed questions which I wanted to ask, I put some questions, and I'm going to say start.
Hi there, this is Sam, your AI interviewer for today. Hope you are doing well. Shall we get started?
Yeah, let's get started.
Q1. What is the first thing that happens to food in digestion?
The first thing in the food happens when the food is grinded by the teeth. A liquid called enzymes get released in the mouth, which helps to break the food into carbohydrate and sugar, and food is mounted down because of the saliva. The first thing in the food
Great
happens when the
explanation.
food is
Now,
grinded by
moving
the
on to the next question. Q2. What is the function of the liver in the digestive process?
liver plays a very important function in the digestive process. Liver basically purifies the blood, but in the digestive process, it releases a liquid called bile, which breaks the food into sugar and carbohydrates, and it also stores sugar in form of glycogen or glucose. So this is my transcript with what I answered.
Thank you for that detailed explanation. Q3. What are the different types of nutrients that our body needs for proper functioning?
Malim, you might want to show the feedback, the in-answer feedback option which is
Yeah,
there.
I'll show it. I'll show. The different types of nutrients in the body are sugar, carbohydrate, fat, and few others. Okay, so I didn't answer this question perfectly. There are more nutrients to the body than just the 3 of them, right? And let me show you what the feedback I get.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that information. Based on your responses, it seems like you have a good understanding of the digestive process and the different types of nutrients our body needs. Is there anything specific you would like to learn more about, or any other questions you have in mind related to nutrition or digestion?
See, the ideal answer could be your body has various types of nutrition properly. This includes carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamin, mineral, water, fiber, energy. So this is what a perfect answer was. My answer was this, which is incomplete in all honesty, right?
Yeah. So
So,
now where's the grading of the answers?
yeah. So if I had created a campaign, I would done there would be a rating for the answers. Since I created a test in just a practice interview, I will get a feedback for my own self.
Do you
So if I
do
was a
you
teacher and
have,
if I had created this as a test, then I would have the leaderboard, which would have given me that rating that I showed to you in the other.
fair
Yeah.
enough. So
Yeah.
question. Do you have an emoji?